Have you ever felt as if everything around you was silent, but deep down something was quietly changing, as if God were trying to speak directly to your heart? What if this isn't just another random moment in your life, but a divine message from God for you today, sent specifically for this exact moment? Right now, you may be experiencing uncertainty, emotional burden, or even a phase where you feel alone, but it is precisely here that a powerful message of spiritual awakening begins to unfold. You are not imagining this, and you have not been forgotten, because God is working silently, shaping something new within you even when you cannot see it. Stay with me until the end of this message, because what you are about to hear is not just motivation, it is a prophetic word from God, a reminder that you are entering a new spiritual season. You may have been waiting for answers, signs, or direction, but what if the change has already begun within you? What you are about to discover may surprise you, because this is not the end of your story, but the beginning of something bigger being activated in your life. You may not understand everything yet, but there's a reason you've come this far. Something is changing, something is awakening, and this is just the beginning of what God is preparing for you. If this message resonates with you, then I want to invite you to do something simple, but very important. Leave a comment below about what has touched your heart the most so far, what you are feeling right now, or even what you believe God is telling you through this. Sometimes, putting into words what we are experiencing is the first step towards a new understanding and even a new level of faith. And if you're enjoying this message, don't forget to leave a like, because that helps this video reach other people who are also going through difficult times and need to hear exactly this today. Every like helps this message reach further and touch other hearts that are silent but in need of hope. I also want to invite you to subscribe to the Divine Call channel, because here we share messages like this every day, messages that bring direction, faith, and spiritual strength to those seeking something greater amidst difficulties. Your presence here makes a difference, and your participation helps this channel continue to grow and bring this message to more people who need it. If you feel this message is speaking to you in some way, stay with me, because there is still something very important you need to understand. And what you may not have realized yet is that this silence you experienced wasn't empty. It was a process of construction. Every delay, every closed door, every moment when you thought nothing was happening was part of an invisible preparation. There's a hidden truth behind this phase you called waiting. God was reorganizing your journey from within, adjusting paths, aligning people, and above all, shaping your mindset for something greater. Often, we interpret silence as absence, but in reality, it can be the space where the greatest transformations happen. It is in this type of process that your vision changes, your heart matures, and you begin to see life in a completely new way. What seemed like confusion was, in fact, a spiritual backdrop working on details that you couldn't yet understand. Now, an impact is being released upon your life, as if a phase is definitively ending, even if to your eyes everything still seems the same. But internally, something has already changed. And when change begins from within, the external world simply follows suit. Something about this transition isn't just emotional or mental, it's a turning point that can completely redefine your next step. Comment below, this makes sense to me. And within this transition you're experiencing, something much deeper is happening than just external changes. Perhaps you've already noticed new thoughts emerging, a different sensitivity, a desire to start over, or even an inner strength you don't know where it's coming from. This is not a coincidence, it's not chance, and it's certainly not something random in your mind. A transformation process is being activated within you right now. It's as if a new mindset is being built while everything around you still seems the same. And that's exactly what marks the beginning of a spiritual awakening. You start to realize that certain things no longer make sense, that old decisions have lost their former weight, and that a hidden truth begins to reveal itself on your journey. This doesn't happen by chance, but through a greater alignment that is guiding your steps even in silence. And the more you try to understand it rationally, the more you realize that it goes beyond logic, because it's something internal, profound, almost invisible, but extremely real. This spiritual impact is shaping your perception, opening space for new choices and preparing you for a phase that demands another version of yourself, more conscious, stronger, and more aligned with your purpose. What is being activated within you may be directly linked to the doors that are beginning to open in your life in ways you can't yet imagine. Comment below, I'm feeling this change. And when you begin to understand this internal process, you realize that it doesn't just stay within you, it starts to reflect in your reality. Situations that previously seemed stuck begin to move unexpectedly, paths that were closed begin to show openings, and opportunities you never imagined begin to emerge subtly, almost silently. This is part of a larger change happening behind the scenes of your journey. There is a profound truth here: when God decides to act, no human limitation can stop him. Doors that seemed impossible to open begin to move not by human force, but by a spiritual alignment that you do not control, you simply experience. And this is not limited to the material side, but also the emotional and spiritual, because while these doors open externally, something within you also expands, creating a new mindset and a new way of seeing life. Perhaps you don't see everything clearly yet, but an impact is already being released on your path, as if loose pieces are finally beginning to fit together. And even when it seems like nothing is happening, it is precisely in this silence that the greatest movements are being prepared. These openings are not random. They are part of a larger alignment connecting you to a new phase that is beginning to unfold gradually and surprisingly. Comment below. God is opening paths. And within this movement of opening new paths, something even deeper is happening within you, something that goes beyond external circumstances and directly touches your identity. That which seemed dormant for so long begins to stir again, as if a part of you is being awakened after a long period of silence. Gifts, talents, ideas, courage, and even a faith you thought you had lost begin to resurface naturally. This doesn't happen through effort, but through activation. It's as if your story is undergoing a silent reset, where what was blocked begins to be released. And along with that, a different clarity emerges about who you are and where you should go. The mindset changes, decisions begin to gain more direction, and what once seemed confusing begins to make sense within a larger journey. This awakening isn't just emotional, it has a profound impact on how you perceive your purpose. You begin to realize that you're not here by chance, that there's a larger structure unfolding over time, even when you didn't understand the processes. And now, little by little, everything starts to fall into place in a way that brings meaning, strength, and inner reconstruction. What is being awakened within you may be exactly the turning point that will define the new phase of your life in an unexpected and transformative way. Comment below. My purpose is awakening. And all that you are feeling and perceiving is not being prepared for some distant future as if it were something that will take a long time to happen. There is a spiritual urgency in this process that you cannot ignore, because the change has already begun to manifest in the present. It's not about waiting for another indefinite season, but about recognizing that the transformation is already in motion now, even if silently. Often, we think that the turning point will arrive as a large, visible event, but in reality, it begins first within, in our mindset, our perceptions, the small decisions that align without us even realizing it. And when you least expect it, external reality merely confirms what has already begun internally. It's as if the impact of the journey begins to take shape from an invisible, yet extremely powerful point. God isn't just promising something for later, He's releasing processes now, opening paths now, adjusting your story now. And this completely changes how you need to view this moment. It's no longer a time for doubt, but for awareness of what is already being activated in your life. Now may be the turning point between remaining waiting or finally recognizing that the new phase has already begun to manifest within and around you. Comment below. The new phase has begun. If you've made it this far, it's because somehow this message has found a place within you, and that's not something common. Maybe you don't have all the answers yet, but you've already noticed that something is moving in your life in a different way, deeper, quieter, but also more real. If this content stayed with you until the end, leave a simple comment. I'm with you until the end, so I know you were truly present on this journey from beginning to end. And if this message touched your heart in any way, don't forget to like it, because that helps this video reach more people who are also going through the same transformation process and need to hear this today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe here to Divine Call, because every day we bring messages like this one, which strengthen faith, bring clarity, and help you see life with more purpose and direction. And that can make a difference in your journey from here on out. And now, if you felt this message resonated with you, there's a video here that complements all of this in an even deeper way. Click and continue with me there, because this journey isn't over yet.